Congressman Jeff Van Drew of New Jersey. Congressman, I'm so glad that you've been sounding the alarm because it finally seems like the White House is at least responding somewhat, but they're saying they have no idea. What is your reaction to the fact that in the last 24 hours, John Kirby, who's the spokesperson there for the National Security Council, said he doesn't know, he genuinely doesn't know. It's not like he's hiding anything. That should give Americans a lot of concern, don't you think?
Of course. I mean, the most powerful nation on the face of the earth, supposedly, we don't know what they are. We don't know where they're from. We don't know what they're carrying. We don't know what their mission is. We know nothing at all. And this is not one isolated sighting. It's really important to know that people of good repute, solid individuals who are in law enforcement or in the military or who are retired military, just a host of people have seen these things. And some of it is over just residential areas. Some of it of great concern is actually over highly sensitive areas that we obviously want to make sure are protected. You know, we just heard from PSE&G, Public Service Electric and Gas, and it happens to be in my district in New Jersey, in Salem County. It's where the nuclear plant is. They had 24 large drones encircling the entire area, and for the first time in the history of PSE&G at that nuclear plant, they've had to ask for flight restrictions because nobody can tell them what they are, where they're from, and what they want to do. This is serious stuff.
Yeah, that is very, very serious. You just said over a nuclear plant. We also know just the other day there was a Chinese national that was arrested over a space base over in California. Congressman, you know, we also, by the way, we have staff that live in New Jersey, and today they saw some interesting activity. It looked like there were a lot of black SUVs over there trying to maybe get to the bottom of this, if you will, finally trying to jump on this. And of course, this goes back to the history of the Biden administration. The Chinese spy balloon. Remember, they downplayed that forever. Finally, they let it traverse across the country. Then they finally took it out off the coast of South Carolina. But they seem to be lackadaisical about a lot of these things until it gets so much public attention. How concerned do you think we should be just on their lackluster efforts? You raised the alarm also about Iran possibly playing a role.
This administration is inept. It's unbelievable. I don't have the words to describe it. And it is similar to the balloon. The balloon traverses a wide swath of the country, absorbing information, sending that information to China. We do nothing about it. And then finally, as it's about to exit the country, we take it down. Some of these drones need to be taken down so we can find out what their origin is, what they're carrying on them, what they're about, what their purpose is, who's responsible. And yes, and you're exactly right. I mean, now, again, I sounded the alarm on this. Now information is coming out. You know, John Kirby and the other officials that were speaking on this, you know, are kind of almost making light of the fact that there are large ships that Iran has, that Russia has, that China has. They are a full decade ahead of us, a full decade on drone technology, and they are able to transport drones. They're able to fly off them and come back to them. That's not my imagination. And you see now all over the news today that they're real concerned in Israel because they didn't realize how far they've gone with their technology, and that they've been seen also in Germany. These drones have been seen in Germany as well. There's a real issue here. We should be on the cutting edge of it. It shouldn't require one congressman to sound an alarm and to keep pushing. However, I will keep sounding the alarm. I will keep pushing, and I'm not going to stop because Americans deserve the right to know.
What's your reaction also, President Trump? And of course, we're going to be following him today. He's going to the Army-Navy game today, but he's been watching this too a lot. And he came out with a statement saying the public needs to know, basically pleading with the Biden administration, if you know something, share it, or else shoot them down. What do you think of that, Congressman?
We need to take them down. That's what I'm saying. I mean, even if we can't get, there's a lot of them. And don't get me wrong, some of them are hobbyists, some of them are false reports, some of them are small planes, but many of them are not. And we need to take some of these down, and we need to break them down once we take them down to find out where they're from, what they're about, and learn a lot more. We haven't done that. Nobody has even spoken about it. That is mind-boggling to me. The whole issue is unbelievable. And you know, in the beginning, they made so much, they made light of it. And they almost made like the people who were reporting them didn't understand. They were just seeing stars or small planes or whatever. That is not the case. We have extremely reputable people, confidentially even, who've gone to me over this issue. This is a real big deal. I'm not giving up. America deserves better, and we're going to keep pushing. And by the way, as soon as President Trump gets in, I'm sure we'll know a lot more about all of it. We need to be on the cutting edge of drone technology, not a full decade behind China.
Yeah, and as we have seen, a number of these drones are armed. They could be eyes in the sky just generically across the world. We're not talking about what we're seeing here in the United States, but we obviously have to find out, what are these drones? Are they, you know, friend or foe? And we don't know at this point. Very good points here to make. And Congressman, thank you very much. We appreciate you staying on, and as you get answers, please bring them to us too as well. Thank you.
We will. Thank you, Rita.
Thank you. Always good to see you, Congressman. Thank you.